Alright, y'all. I think I'm about to get into something that's either about to make or break me. I'm talking about this is the deep trenches of the internet. I'm talking about One Piece, specifically the One Piece community. Now, I ain't gonna say I dislike y'all, but y'all be tripping, bro. Now, don't get me wrong. I enjoy One Piece. I even find the community funny here and there. But today's video will show you why this community can be so hated at times. Before we get into all of that, though, may I ask if you could leave a like and maybe hit that sub button if you want weekly content put into your feed whenever you want to eat before bed or whatever, you know, something just to watch. And I'm pretty sure you know this already, but that does help a lot. I'm putting a good amount of effort into these videos, man. Let's work together. Anyways, though, let's get into things. One Piece has definitely become one of the most hated anime communities, and I can now say it's for a good reason. Let me tell you why, and I'll be completely honest with y'all. I'm not one of those long-time One Piece fans. I just got caught up last August. I started my binge in March, and just simply through that, I fell deeply in love with this series. So in love that once I caught up, I got greedy. With greed being a 7 deadly sin, I guess I can say I paid the price. Started searching, y'all. I was fiending. I needed all the One Piece lore, the theories. What the f happened to Zoro's eye? I don't know which side of the community everyone gets to first after catching up, but I'ma just say I got blessed with more lore. It's like I was getting a high off of these info dumps. I felt like a complete genius having all this knowledge of a manga, even some hidden details casual enjoyers don't even see. But that's where things started to get bad. I was too informed. I became the complete opposite of a casual. I know too much now. It really amazes me how the community is a direct resemblance of the government in One Piece. It's like the more you know of them, the more you're disgusted. Now look, there are only a certain amount of individuals that sit in this bottom tier of community groups affiliated with One Piece. And of course they're not directly affiliated, but One Piece has communities that are based mainly off the manga. And depending on which one you find, they speak heavily on a certain layer of One Piece. My example being the lore theory vids. You see, I was enjoying that whole aspect of having extra One Piece content since I had to start waiting weekly for the story to continue. But I'm gonna finally break the ice and say that this is when I started to find the brain rot of One Piece. More so, the most outrageous takes and agendas you will ever see. Yes, you should know what I'm talking about by now if you even took a little dive into One Piece culture. But if you don't, then I am talking about the agenda piece era. I thought since a month break is coming to the manga, this is the best time for me to enter the One Piece community with my content, because I know we all about to be bored out of our minds. So that's why I'm here to give y'all something to watch. Sub up. And this is kind of crazy because this is usually around the time during break weeks when the agenda start to come out and literally anybody can go viral just for giving such an outrageous take. I'm telling you now, what I'm about to show you in this video is some of the funniest moments in the community that I just look back at sometimes and I just can't believe they said that. And people end up seriously agreeing with these takes and they all come together to push the agenda. That's how it works. But enough of that. I'm pretty sure y'all with me by now. We need to get to these hilarious agendas. And let me tell y'all, don't be crying about no spoilers, because this right here is my warning. Just a heads up. Let's talk about the piece though. I feel like for starters, it's best I tell y'all how I was introduced to Agenda Piece. I remember watching episode 1079, and this wasn't no insane episode, it was more a laid back episode. It had some cool little funny moments though, like Zoro going into Ashura just to eat, and Luffy going into 4th gear for literally no reason, and Yamato. Yeah. Just Yamato. It was an enjoyable episode, honestly, seeing the crew back together and well, you know. But that's all I saw it as. You won't believe what the others thought of this episode. So I finished it, then I hit my little Twitter scroll before bed, and this may have been the worst mistake of my life. This is literally when I started to question this fan base. It's hilarious though. They started to power scale this background fight. Like bro, you cannot tell me on y'all's first reaction of this scene, you leaned forward to your screen and said, oh yeah, Zoro weak as hell, he got to use all 3 blades, or Sanji can't even hit an injured Zoro? Bro, kick him off the crew. Bro, this agenda life gets serious, but I'm just reacting to all these tweets like, cause bro, let's go back in time. As I'm watching the episode, I'm looking at this as another dumb Zoro and Sanji moment, but no, they are seriously debating this stuff. Now that I think about it, this video will probably mostly be about Zoro and Sanji for now. But look here, I can even show you a real debate. So the tweet starts off with hashtag One Piece 1079 in all caps. It says, yo, non-hockey based form 1% Zoro speed equals full HP Infrit Jam Bull Sanji speed. Now you're probably either looking at this tweet dumbfounded or listening to me read it like, what the f is he talking about? but I don't mind explaining. Then he finishes the tweet off saying, Zoro is slow, they said. Sanji speed blitz Zoro, they said. LMAO. With an extra O. Now, getting back to explaining what the actual he is talking about, let's start with the non-hockey base. Yeah, that whatever he's talking about right here. He is basically saying that Zoro isn't using any hockey here. He is in his base form and using only 1% of his speed, which I'm guessing because he is still bandaged up here. Yes, that's how this agenda piecer sees this clip. Then on to Sanji. He is saying that he is fully recovered and using his new power-up just to hit Zoro. Yeah, but hold on now. A worthy opponent decided to step in the ring with this guy and put on the gloves. He responds simply with saying he is using Hellfire though, that being the new technique that Zoro learned to mix with his swords. Then this guy responds saying it's Kinemon's technique. Like, bro. Now, I won't show this full combo, but I'm pretty sure y'all get it. I had to use this combo right here because this was the start of my whole thought process of One Piece changing. After I seen this tweet, y'all, my timeline was just flooded with agenda takes. Then I got invested, interested, intrigued, whatever word you want to use. I was genuinely amused with how they break down these debates. The new lingo, the memes, man, we gotta love the memes. But yeah, this is where it all started for me. So shout out to them too for introducing me to such a different community. I kind of like it here, to be honest. Let's get to the next agenda though. Now, I'm probably about to piss off a certain fan base here, but just know it's all love coming from me. I really like y'all, but I have to bring up these Zoro fans in general, man. Listen up. This right here is pretty insane to me. The fact that before I was even into One Piece, I just seen the hype behind this man everywhere. I'm in the mindset, they just hyping this dude up to the max. He not even like that for real. He's not even the main character. And I'll be honest, that opinion definitely changed because I picture Zoro as some Chad, edgy, quiet, cool guy. But he's really an idiot who argues with a chef all his life and gets lost in any given situation. He's still a cool guy though. But I say all this because the agendas being pushed on Moss head are peak comedy, man. We're gonna start with maybe one of the biggest or the biggest Zoro agendas. And I'll be honest, this agenda is supported with some actual story lore. But watch how the Zoro fans start to overdo it. Are you familiar with the 3-letter term ZKK? If you are, then you already know how bad this gets, my boy. But if not, then lean forward right quick, bro. ZKK is a more shortened way of saying Zoro kills Kaido. Yes. The reasoning for this was good, though. The way Wano started was already made for Zoro in everyone's mind. The aesthetic, his ancestor Ryumen being from Wano, him simply being a swordsman, you know, swordsmen slay dragons. It was literally set up for him in Zoro fans' eyes. This was his art. He even had the spotlight for the introduction chapters, bro. It doesn't even stop there. As the art goes on, we learn about Oden, another swordsman who almost killed Kaido, but unfortunately, this old hag likes to bring up your children mid-battle. RP my boy Oden, man. Actually, fun fact, y'all, I cried when Oden died. Bro went out with a smile on his face. What a goat. Even another swordsman that looked like Zoro, I forgot his name, not gonna lie. He could be another relative, but he was locked down with Yamato for reasons like trying to kill Kaido himself. It might be some more reasons, but y'all get it. You see all of that build up though, and he still doesn't finish Kaido. I mean, he left a scar, I'll give him that, but spoiler alert, Luffy is the one that ends up putting his fist down Kaido's goddamn. Yeah, Zoro doesn't kill Kaido and Wano, but that doesn't even matter anymore. Zoro fans are still pushing the agenda. They think Kaido will come back alive later on in the story after getting completely mauled by lava. But hey, he did have some type of flame form. Yeah, they say Zoro will finish him off later on. Now, if this happens, Zoro fans, I apologize.
Christian, this Shaq, I owe you an apology. I wasn't really familiar with your game.
And the quick mini agenda. Why y'all be trying to say that Nami and Zoro will be Luffy's power and wealth from the famous quote? Now, Nami's kind of makes sense because she cares way more about money than Luffy, but this is where y'all be tripping at, man. Zoro fans claim that he is the powerhouse of the crew, supporting the long-running agenda that Zoro is stronger than Luffy, or they are at least on the same level. And I'm just gonna say, stop it. Moving on to the greatest cook in anime history. He has a pretty funny and popular agenda that was pushed. This is also, in my opinion, his funniest one, by the way, and I'm kind of biased because this is one of the first I was introduced to. There's definitely more that y'all can maybe chat about in the comments, but let me take y'all through the process of this take coming alive. It's pretty simple. So chapter 1081 drops and Oda gives it a beautiful spreadsheet, one of my favorites personally. But this is where the Sanji fans get the itching. They notice everyone in this art is knocked out or slumped over, you know, but Mr. Bionic Body is the only one awake. And he is reading a book that Sanji fans rate as cocking. No, not cooking. cocking. At first glance, okay, maybe. I kinda understand this, but y'all forcing it, bro. He is literally a cook. The cook of the Straw Hats. To explain this, they think that Sanji will now obtain Conqueror's Haki. In the agenda piece, they use terms like ACOC and cock. Yo, this is so pause, bro. But yeah, that means advanced and base Conqueror's Haki. So the fandom literally explodes thinking Oda is foreshadowing this. They thought Sanji has to obtain it now since Zoro already did. You know, bull like that. I'm gonna be real though, the monster trio all with conquerors would be crazy, but unfortunately I don't think Sanji really had that in him since the kid. Alright, this might be headcanon, but I feel like conquerors builds up inside you for a long time based on how you grew up, and we all know Sanji grew up different than most. He's really a sweet guy, man, and this even got fixed once Value 107 came out, so that debunked and crushed a lot of people's dreams, but I'm not saying it's still impossible. We gonna let Oda cook. I told y'all this video will mostly be about Zoro and Sanji, so if y'all want more vids like this, I'll speak on others another time. Just leave a like and a sub and I don't know. But for this final one right here, this is just simply what made me start this video up. This is how deep this agenda gets, man. But before I say anything, I want to mention this guy is obviously hella talented, and I actually want to thank the guy for these laughs. But my guy is literally a One Piece animator. Eric, if you see this, hello. Yeah, he participated in one of the most recent episodes, being the Blackbeard and Law fight. Peak cinema, by the way. Amazing episode. But that's not all. He showed me that literally anybody working behind them scenes be on the media just like us. My guy be on YouTube and Twitter debating his ass off. And it just makes me think, who else be working on our favorite anime just lurking the streets of Agenda Piece or any anime or show? Like, does Oda see all these memes and back talk between the community? Like, yeah, bro, this One Piece talk has zero boundaries of who participates and what is debated, and I just love that, man. So why not just make a vid? Now look at us here at the end, all alone, just me and